What's so exciting about digiscoping and these adapters is you can take the typical smartphones, which have pretty good cameras, and you can take remarkably good videos and photos using your camera and this adapter through a spotting scope. Well, I'm outdoors in the Great Smoky Mountains, so there might be a little bit of wind and external noise here, but that's the nature of being on location in the fresh air. I'm testing out the new Move-Shoot-Move ACCUVIEW Digiscoping phone adapter for optics. Previously, I did a short test of the first prototype, which is a real nice unit made out of CNC aluminum, and it's 3-axis adjustable, and really allows you to get an accurate adjustment of your phone lined up with your various optics, whether it be a spotting scope, a telescope, a monocular, or a binocular. And so now I was really excited to get the new version of the ACCUVIEW adapter, which fits the beast, the big scopes, like this Gosky E5 scope. And really it's quite an ingenious system. Just to give you an example, this is the typical plastic adapter that comes with most scopes, or you can buy to adapt to various scopes. And it'll do okay, but it's really kind of tedious to adjust it and also to keep adjusted. And it's very difficult to get a perfect adjustment to get the best pictures and videos on your smartphone. Here's a closer look at the Move-Shoot-Move ACCUVIEW Digiscoping phone adapter, made out of CNC aluminum. Very nice quality, a real reasonable price. I think it sells for something on the order of like $69 or something. This part attaches to the eyepiece of your optic. Your phone goes right here. So this will fit eyepieces from about 0.86 inches up to 2.4 inches. It'll fit just about every large spotting scope out there, but you want to do a measurement, so the maximum diameter is 2.4 inches. And it'll accept the phone up to 3.58 inches wide, which is, pretty much fit just about every phone out there. And then there's 3 adjustments. You got your phone adjustment, and you got your up and down, and a sideways adjustment. And what's important really is the depth adjustment, or in and out, because that is something, when you're using the cheaper digiscoping phone adapters, it's really hard to get an accurate adjustment on the distance from the eyepiece. And that's really critical for making that perfect circle that you want when you're digiscoping with your phone. And of course, anytime you're using scopes with high magnification in your phone, you're going to most often be using a tripod, and even the slightest amount of movement is going to cause some shake, especially with photography. So the Move-Shoot-Move ACCUVIEW adapter comes with a Bluetooth shutter that works with all phones. And that's really important, because what you do is you just simply turn on the Bluetooth in your phone, connect to this, and you can take pictures and videos with the click of a button without touching the camera, which will introduce shake and cause blurriness. And that's really important when you're at such high magnification. Now, most of the time when I'm digiscoping, I'll probably be shooting in the vertical orientation, or 9:16, but it's real easy to just go to the landscape version. This particular scope, like many of them, has an adjustable eyepiece that rotates out counterclockwise. So if you put it in the full down position, you put the mount over here in the horizontal position, and you just simply tighten it down. You can see it's really interesting design, the way it tighten it down. And now you got a horizontal 16:9 typical HD landscape orientation. It's not going to go anywhere. It works fine. So it works in both vertical and horizontal orientation. And then it has the 3 axes. It goes left and right, up and down, and forward and backward to get you that perfect adjustment. It works great with the Gosky 20-60 by 85 ED scope, which I call my beast. And it works great with the SVBONY scope here. You just, again, you make sure your eyepiece is down there, and if you're going to do it vertically, you just simply switch from the big scope to the medium-sized scope. And it's precision machined aluminum. You don't need to tighten it super tight, because your phone is not all that heavy and the bracket is very sturdy. So you just tighten it down on there, and you're good to go. And most decent smartphones now come with multiple cameras, so you want to know which camera is your best camera to use for digiscoping, and you want to also set up your camera software so you're using that camera. In this case with mine, it's the middle camera, and all you really do is set it up to where the middle camera is approximately in the center, and just tighten down the phone, and then you just use your 3 axis adjustments when it's on the stand to get the perfect alignment of your phone and the scope. And that's what I'll do next. So we'll look at a bunch of examples on the actual scope and show you how the Move-Shoot-Move ACCUVIEW adapter can help you make better photos and videos with just your smartphone and an optic. So I'm filming this position in the vertical orientation, and you can see I've got it normal, no magnification. I've got the nice clean circle there roughly in the middle of the phone. And you can see if I just make the slightest change here, you start to see shadows coming in on that side. And just bring it over here and clean it back up. Or you can see, like in the see the shadow coming down there, just the slightest adjustment will keep it from getting that perfect circle. There we go, now we're back to a near perfect circle. And I'm pretty happy with the way I've got it orientated. And so you can see the vignetting of the circle of the eyepiece. So you just go into your phone and just enlarge it enough that you lose that vignetting. In most cases that's only about a 1.5 magnification. And I've got the scope adjusted pretty accurately, but the final adjustment would be to use your phone's adjustment, because that's what you're shooting through, and just, in my case, I can hold it down and lock the exposure. And so there we have a pretty good quality video. Just the slightest touching of the tripod. I'm using a pretty lightweight tripod, so it causes a little jiggling. But you control it with your Bluetooth app and start it. And it's really important when you're taking photographs. And here I switch the orientation to horizontal. It's no big deal if you want to shoot vertically or horizontally. Now one thing you'll find is a big scope like the Gosky is so powerful that I'm about 35 feet away from the squirrel. And it's even at 20 power, using the phone in order to get rid of the vignetting, it makes the squirrel almost too big for the phone. So you get some really close-up views with the spotting scope. And we'll just take a burst of photos here. That's a little bit better view right there. And so now we'll switch to video, and you can see the importance of having that perfect circle. That's going to give you your best quality. And really you can only get that with a 3-axis adjustment. Take a video, Mr. Squirrel. Lock your exposure. And you can get some pretty amazing results with a nice ED scope like the Gosky or the SVBONY and the just your camera. Now my camera is not anything to get excited about. It's a Motorola. And it's got a pretty decent camera on it, but there's others out there with much better cameras that get better results even than this. Now in the case of this dove, because it's a big bird, I'm going to leave just a little bit of vignetting in the upper right corner, because if I zoom in too much I won't be able to get all the bird. That's something you got to get used to when you're using a really high-powered scope. And this particular day is we've got no sun at all, so you know the light is not great. So on most scopes it's a simple matter to switch from horizontal to vertical Just like that. You get it set up on your eyepiece just right. And let's switch it back to horizontal. The diminutive little pine siskins are notoriously crabby when it comes to sharing.